What if life didn't begin on planet Earth, and what if we could potentially seed it on other planets? In this video, that's what I want to talk about, because the idea of panspermia is that life began on other planets and then potentially asteroids hit those planets and pieces of rock came and landed on other planets like Earth, potentially bringing tiny microbes that could have seeded life on Earth. Now, how humans could do this with our own technology is becoming possible very soon. One way we could do this is by cryopreserving human sperm and eggs and then putting those on a rocket ship and sending those out into space. Now, how would they be able to make humans on a new planet? This would be very difficult. But with artificial wombs, this might become possible. If we take artificial wombs and that, yes, it's possible. But how do the new humans raise themselves? Now, if we take robots, a rocket ship, sperm, eggs, and enough equipment and technology so that way when the robots get there, they don't immediately create the humans in the artificial wombs, but they could create an environment over a period of years, 5, 10, 20, and now they make a little city or town with enough resources, food, everything that the humans would need, and we could potentially send off 1,000 of these rockets with duplicates of everything. And over time, maybe we send them out to a very far distance, where if we send living humans, they wouldn't be able to survive the journey. Maybe this place is 5 light years away, or 10, or 100 light years away. Now, if we sent humans, obviously they would die in 100 years without life extension technology. But being able to take advantage of these other things, you could send potentially a rocket with humans, sperm and eggs, cryo-frozen, and robots, enough robots where they could build more of themselves and create a brand new habitat and planet. You could also call it Noah's Ark and bring seeds of different plants. You could bring sperm and whatnot of different animals. That way you could make a brand new ecosystem. Let's just say we find a planet that's, hey, this is potentially habitable for human life, for life as carbon-based life on the Earth. We could be like, cool, there's 1,000 of these planets that we could potentially do this on. We send 1,000 rockets to these 1,000 different planets. Let's just say only 5, 10, or 1% of them are actually habitable for human life. Percentage of those don't make it, and we're not sending actual humans there yet, so that way it's not you're not wasting any human life. It's just eggs and sperm, and they never have to be fertilized unless it gets to a stage where the robots we send with the humans can create an environment in a world where it's sustainable for them and the humans. This has been talked about or played out in science fiction all the time, where humans going rockets and they go to different planets. But now this is an actual possibility where within the next potentially couple hundred years, we could have plant humans and civilizations on new planets where it's never been possible before. I was just thinking about this earlier this week. I thought it was a really interesting idea, and watching the development of AI, it's advancing our research and technology much faster than it has in the past. Like for an example, Dr. David Sinclair at Harvard, his research on de-aging would take, I can't remember exactly how long, I think it's 3 to 6 months or something for a research cycle. It was a longer period of time, but with AI, it can be done in a much shorter, that same amount of research can be done, and I think he was saying a couple weeks. So it's orders of magnitude less time that it takes to research and develop things. And we've been trying to develop a form of artificial womb that would help women when they're giving premature birth, and they would able, instead of using an incubator, We could put the baby that's maybe only in its second or first trimester and put that in the artificial womb, so that way it can continue to grow and develop healthily with liquids, so that way its lungs could grow and develop. But this technology will get to a point, hopefully, where you could conceivably grow a human from conception all the way to the to birth. And with that technology, alongside with advancing robotics technology, once those reach a level where we could potentially do our own version of panspermia, then making humans a multiplanetary species becomes a much larger possibility, not only to Mars but outside of the solar system. This has enormous potential to extend the chances of humans outlasting a major natural disaster, or nuclear war. We might destroy ourselves. We might have a meteorite hit the Earth. A massive solar flare could shut down all our infrastructure and electronics, and it would be very detrimental for human life. But with this, we could potentially have a insurance policy where we have copies of our civilizations going to different parts of the solar system, and depending on how far and long rockets can go, even further. And this is just the beginning. I think a lot of things are going to be changing in the next 5-10 years, especially with the advancements of AI, with robotics, with different ways of harnessing and using energy. But yeah, this is just a topic I wanted to talk about. I'm just kind of ranting in this video on things I've been thinking about. If you guys liked this video with Future Minds with Steven, subscribe, like, comment. If you have any topics you want me to talk about or research, and put those in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace.